Hello, welcome back to the stream. Been about, I think, a week. Would have liked to stream a little sooner than that, but it's been work and just tired from that. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Today we're talking about the World Cup. Nothing really much more than that. You know, transfer rumours and whatnot will probably come into play. It's only natural, typically does on this channel. But yeah, I want to talk about the World Cup. You know, part of my return was because of the World Cup. But yeah, I'm just excited to talk about that kind of stuff, really. And hopefully you guys are too. Bit late, mate. Yeah, I know. Still getting back into the swing of being on time. But better late than never, I guess, is the one way to look at it. Of course, there is a game in the World Cup in like less than an hour, I think. Let's have a look. Yeah, Argentina versus Austria. Argentina, obviously the favourites in that. Current holders, of course. You don't need me to tell you that. France versus Iraq. No Scotland, no party. Scotland, they lost their game, didn't they? I think. We'll have a look at all the standings now. See, like, what I'm thinking. Mexico, fair play. Top of the group. They've qualified, by the way. They are the first team in the World Cup to qualify. Canada doing well. Switzerland in the group. Your team Cape Verde's crazy. They're doing good, aren't they? We'll get on to Cape Verde. This is a pretty tight group, of course. Haiti, if that's what they're called. Haiti. Not really in it, but there's only 1 point separating these three. So, real interesting group. USA, probably been the biggest surprise of the group. Or even of the tournament so far. So they're doing pretty good. Turkey probably like the biggest letdowns when it's gone out so early here. Germany, as you'd expect in that group, kind of dominating. You think maybe Ecuador maybe do better, but I think that's Ivory Coast. Not a bad team. Netherlands, Japan, Sweden. Again, another really good group. Of course, Japan have just been putting on the most entertaining games of the tournament so far. Egypt, didn't know, but that's their first win in World Cup history. Against New Zealand, 3-1 win. Salah scoring, Marmoush playing. Belgium, man. Oh, it's such an annoying one, really. Of course, Doku wasn't here, I don't think, because of the birth of his child. So big ups to him for that, you know. Great day for him. Of course, probably would have liked this result to be different, but it's really, really interesting in Belgium, man. Like, they go to every tournament and they really do not turn up. Like, they did good in World Cup 2018. You know, they didn't do too bad. I think they got to semis, where they got knocked out by France. No. France knocked out Argentina in the semis, right? Oh, bugger. Just knocked over my bin. Doku got criticised for... Yeah, I saw that. Real lame. Real lame, man. Like, I know it's the World Cup, and World Cup, like, the journalist isn't wrong in what he's saying about the World Cup, and, like, out of the amount of play... They need me. Go, bro. They need someone, man. Yeah, but just can't seem to turn up. Of course, I know the Iran goalkeeper had like a really good game as well, by the way. Speaking of goalkeepers, we'll get onto that in a minute. Oh wait, we don't want to just look at Belgium. Take it back. There we go. Click on that. Back to the table. Yeah, Belgium. This has been the most interesting group, hasn't it? Uruguay, Cape Verde, Lewis MCFC, welcome to the stream, how you doing? What's up? Not much. They're around for sure, to be fair, NCBH. Yeah, what's up? Not much. Been a while. It has. Making somewhat of a return. Just kind of streaming what I want, more than anything, you know. I don't want to just stream for the sake of it. I want to stream because I want to stream, if you get me. Not for the sake of trying to do it daily. More laid back streams. Watch alongs, by the way, eventually come back and whatnot, but we'll see. Yeah, but Spain, as you'd expect, top of the group, but you'd probably expect them to be on 6 points. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about it like it's big up to HCFC. I'm not going to speak about it like it's incredible new news, but I'll tell you what, Cape Verde, they're putting on a show. And to be fair, I'm looking at it now, unbeaten in... Of course, they lost on penalties to Egypt here. Ball in. Iconic. But unbeaten in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, they got beaten on pens here, but unbeaten in 90. 6. 8. 10. 11. 12. Pardon the train. 13. 14. 15 games. They haven't actually lost a game in 90 minutes since 2024 November. Turkey will easily be the biggest disappointment of the tournament. Did mention that. We'll have a look at them on the table now. Cape Verde are only surprising currently. You know, really doing well. Now, surely they'll top their group. Cape Verde, top their group. Brother's a trainer in his room, nice. I got all sorts of things in here, man. All sorts of things. Norway, France, obviously, big group there. Haaland and Mbappe leading their lines, scoring goals. I think they're the next game in terms of who they're playing next. No, I'm lying to you. Argentina versus Austria. That's happening tonight. I do wonder, did Mahrez play? I've ended it. I think Mahrez is retired. Oh, no. No, he's not. Here's Murad. Hopefully Mahrez gets some minutes at some point. Of course, he's a bit older now. Oh. One of my Steam friends. Or just one of my friends. Gosh, I'm all over the place here. Yeah, no... Yeah, Turkey. Yeah, shame on Turkey, man. Got a decent little squad. Arda there, of course, in there. Just got smoked. There is always a disappointing team. What a little group this is, by the way. Cristiano Ronaldo getting a lot of flack online, I've seen. Hard to agree, hard to disagree, because I get why he's getting flack, you know. He's clearly not the same player he was. But, yeah, Mahrez is still better than Algerian wingers behind Mo Bellamy. Mo Bellamy, of course. Who's better than him? No one. England, top of their group. They got a pretty nice group, to be fair to him. They're playing Ghana next. They are 9 o'clock tomorrow. In terms of who I think is going to win the World Cup, I think it's between a few teams. It obviously comes down to, you know, partially comes down to cup runs. Injuries have an effect. I don't think Brazil are going to win. You know, I know they have Ancelotti now, but I know they don't feel me. They don't. I'm not feeling like they got a really good squad too. I don't know why I feel the way I do when it comes to Brazil. You know, Rafinha. I know he's picked up an injury, but they got him. You know, Vinny as well, Vinny Jr. Endrick's not a bad player. Ramos should play over Ronaldo. Sorry, but at some point the coach has to sit. And Ronaldo could still be effective for Portugal. Like, I don't think it has to be him who leads the line just because he's Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, you need a goal late on, you could put Ronaldo on and try and get headers to him near the end, potentially. You know, he gets up high, Ronaldo. His leap when he does it and when he can get it going is great. Morocco will win. Yeah, of course they're doing well. Got a point against Brazil, which would have been ideal for them, and then beat Scotland. And now they only have Haiti to play, which is not an easy, well, not necessarily easy, but they've gotten the hardest ones out of the way, which is the main thing for them. And of course, that guy Siberi, I believe, he's getting a move to Bayern soon, so he's not a bad guy. He's pretty good. But yeah, this is who I think will win. I think it's, I don't know. My gut says Spain, but I don't actually think they're going to win it. Ronaldo shouldn't have been called up, in my opinion. Don't know about that. I think it's worth having him for, I guess, like, mentality. I know he's not won, like, the World Cup before, but, like, he is a winner, a serial one at that. I think he's worth having in the squad. I don't necessarily think he should start, especially in, like, high-profile games as well. But I think he's worth bringing. Like, there is a place for players like that. Sweden, of course, battling out in this group as well. Decent little attack they got going currently, though. You know, I know Alanga obviously didn't have the best season at Newcastle, but they got Isaac as well. Isaac. Gyökeres, solid attack. Do any of them compare to Zlatan? Probably not. I think Spain obviously in there to win it. I think it's, I don't know, I think it's France, you know. France is so good. Like, France's team is just nuts. Like, there's no reason why they shouldn't be the favourites, really. You know, of course, Spain are the current favourites. Did the Euros. They're in a very good, like, talent area right now. They have a Ballon d'Or winner in the squad. They have, of course, Lamine Yamal. They've got Nico Williams. Is a very good squad, so I'm not undermining Spain at all. But this is like such a good team. Like just going off their starting 11. Kylian Mbappe, obviously one of the best players in the world. Michael Olise, one of the best players in the world. Real Madrid are after him. Ousmane Dembele, Ballon d'Or winner. Desire Doué, very solid player. Tchouaméni, Real Madrid player, again very solid midfielder. Rabiot, decent box to box kind of guy, kind of does what he needs. He's nothing that sets the world on fire, but you know he's good. Koundé, Barcelona right back, very good since he's been there. Theo Hernandez, decent fullback for, not sure. I feel like does he play for Al Hilal now? I know he used to play for AC Milan. Saliba, of course, plays for Arsenal, Upamecano, Bayern Munich, and then Mainen plays for AC Milan. It's a very solid team. And then, you know, I'm not going to go over the entire bench, but Barcola, Shaqiri. You know, Shaqiri doesn't even start, and he had a great season. I should be in everyone's lineup, to be fair, of course. I should be that too. Kanate. Kante. Emery, Lucas Hernandez, Lacroix. Yeah, it's a really solid squad. They've just got a load of talent. Not surprising, Diaye didn't start. Solid little Senegal squad as well, I do want to say. Solid little team. We'll go back to this. So, I know, I feel like it's going to be France. Oh, France vs Spain final would be so good, by the way. And not to completely write off Argentina, by the way. I don't think Argentina are going to win it. You know, of course, they got a great... Of course, again, they got a decent squad. Lionel Messi, Lautaro Martinez, there's obviously Alvarez. Isaac and groceries, nice. Kudachao gonna win it. Turkey will win it. Nicholas Jackson. I remember that. It was a very solid team. They've got here Argentina. But I know they're missing like a little bit of what they did have. Like Di Maria, he was always scoring for Argentina, always solid. Dybala, very good as well, not bought him. And again, like it's not like they're lacking, you know, that's a solid midfield, that's a solid back line. So I'm not completely like writing them off, but I don't know, something. Never write off Lionel Messi, but I don't know, just something not quite sitting right with me. I can't put my eggs in that basket. But the biggest disappointments have definitely been Turkey. You know, but that was a decent group for them as well. Paraguay, Australia, and USA. USA probably their biggest challenge. Considering how they're playing. Biggest surprises are probably Cape Verde, just because of their results. Also, big shout out to their game against Uruguay. You know, took a lead, went behind at half time, and then managed to get back into it in the second half. Not easy. You know, clearly, you know, decent at taking the chances they get as well. Uruguay, more shots, 2 on target, less shots, 4 on target for Cabo Verde. So, big shout out to them. I'm really proud of how they're doing, man. Real great stuff. Solid defense, Aaron Romero in the defense makes it in the defense and immediately makes it an average at best defense. Yeah, it's decent. Like, again, they're missing, I don't know, they're missing a bit of that. And Romero's a bit of a wild card as well. He can just get sent off at points. Yeah, it's a bit, I guess, of his charm. You know, not afraid to shy away from challenges. And, like, when you look at who they're bringing on, because, like, it's good to have defensive options. You know, they're bringing on Otamendi, who's, like, 36. People still have to go to school. Unlucky. Yeah. They'll miss some of these. I believe Molina's a fullback. But again, like, defensively, Senesi obviously just got a free move to Tottenham. And then they got decent stuff down here. But I don't know. I don't think they'll win it. You know, the defense is fine. Decent. You know, did enough to keep Algeria out. But, yeah, it's just one to look out for, isn't it? When was the last time they lost a game? September 25th. Only got 4 weeks left. Enjoy him. Ottomy, an investment from the past. He was at a point. Yeah. Yeah, he was at, I think he was at City for 6 years? No, 5. Something like that. But, yeah, as far as World Cup talk goes, that was the main stuff. I'll have a look at Fabrizio real quick. Bergvall wanting to leave. Wonder where he'll go. Do wonder where he'll go. Solid midfielder, only like 20 by the way. Hasn't had too much transfer news today. Something on Messi an hour ago. Starting in his next game. Lamine Yamal, a lot of focus. Top goal scored. Prediction. I mean, Messi's obviously top so far. And assists. Well, I'll get a quick look at who's like doing well currently. Siberia's doing good, I believe. Let's have a look. Players will show me there. There we go. So top goals is Jonathan David, Lionel Messi, and Dennis Undav. John McGinn for both. John McGinn. Assist Alexander Isak, Brahim Diaz, and Chris Wood. Chris Wood, that's a surprise. Yellow cards to and then red cards. Lamine Yamal hasn't Lamine Yamal been 18 days? Yeah, I know. It's crazy how young he is. Top scorer. Again, it just kind of depends how far certain teams go. Because, like, Jonathan David's a solid striker. Don't know if he's going to go all the way. Undav's a solid striker. But at the moment, he's on the bench a lot for Germany. Like, all his goals have been off the bench. And to be fair, if you could do it that way, then fair. I don't think they'll go all the way to the final. I think it's going to be... I think it's going to be toss-up between Messi and Mbappe again, potentially. Messi, Haaland, or Mbappe. Haaland, again, great striker, scores a lot of goals. You know, he scored 2. But he might just be... Again, Norway aren't as good as other teams, so he might fail to make it super duper far, is the only thing. Of course, I want him to go far. I love Erling Haaland to go as far as he can, but we'll see. We'll see. You know, I know I don't trust Brazil. I don't trust them. I don't think they're gonna go as far as they probably could. Watch, they'll be lifting the trophy. They'll be lifting it. Yeah, but that's my main stuff. That was really what I wanted to talk about today. So big ups to everyone who tuned in. Wasn't the longest stream. Just trying to get like little ones in though, you know, when I can and when I feel like it. Big ups to everyone who tuned in. Big ups for all the comments. That's why we got what? Look at that, all over the place. A little bit tired from work, but it is for what it is. Neuer is a dinosaur in my days. He is old, man. He is old, but fair play. It's another World Cup for him, so you know, he's doing something. He's doing something, isn't he? But anyway, big ups to you all for tuning in. I really do appreciate it, and yeah, I'll absolutely.